Today, you gotta understand something, gentlemen. You didn't just become more handsome and more desirable. It's just that feminism has failed, inflation is high, and many of these women are broke, loaded with debt, expenses, and all these things. Like I said, there's no feminists on the Titanic, and women will prioritize their survival as a number one priority. And when the government itself and all these programs are cut, what is left but men? Good, honorable, honest, hardworking men. You know, the ones that they ignored when they were 21 or 22. Maybe a few years ago, they was talking about gender was a construct. Now women online shaming men for not being real men. Now all of a sudden, this real men conversation is everywhere. They're shaming you guys are not real men when you vote for policies all the time that challenge the very notion of what a man is. I thought gender was a construct, but now you're looking for real men. And real men is defined by everything that benefits her, especially bailing her out, rescuing her, and saving her, and whatever else. We don't want to talk about what real women. But I will say this to the ladies. And now they're using the religious, I call it the religious Hail Mary in shame. They're all backed up at the church, trying to religious somebody into handing. When they start talking religion, I already call them panhandlers. You are a panhandler if you deploy religion as your last defense mechanism, because they're going to try and Jesus shame you into handing over your wallet and taking care of other men's responsibilities or taking care of them after they have mismanaged their youth. I got nothing against the ladies. Run your game. But I think the hardworking, honest brothers out here that maybe weren't peaking in their early 20s or their teens or whatever else, and now they're 30, 32, and they're doing very well at their tech job. They have that engineering degree. They have all of the successes in life. You understand? And that's why these women are lined up in Afrotech. So it's easy to go and get ran through and ramrodded and pounded out vigorously and viciously and give out pre-owned to all kinds of men when the economy is running a certain way. When gas prices are, I saw the Shell down, it was $4.70 a gallon for regular. In California, it's probably getting up even higher. I don't want to know the numbers. And that adds to the fuel costs, and that increases the overall cost of society. All of a sudden, now, this man shaming everywhere. But men are getting smart because you have guys like me that make content and talk to the Gen Z, the young men. Again, I always give credit to a certain group of women that have managed their youth properly. The ones that have went to college, got an education, found themselves a husband, and built a career for themselves, and are willing to add value to a man's life. Whatever fraction of percentage gentleman is, I gotta give credit to the women that do those things, that use their youth to secure themselves a man that's going to look out for them, or they're going to look out for each other when they get older. Salute to you women. I give you credit for that. But generally what happens in this society today, marriage itself and long-term relationship is the last stop on the sexual liberation rail lines, where the men that are the better men that are more squared away, that probably started peaking when they're 30 after they've built themselves, are the ones that are eating out of the trash cans and getting the leftovers of sexual liberation. Sexual liberation and feminism ruined marriage, ruined family, ruined everything, and you end up with a bunch of trauma and a bunch of individuals that have mental disorders and are on medication. And nowadays, the attention has become the most dangerous drug in the world, where they get high off of Instagram, Facebook, and validation from strangers all around the world. Again, getting back to the topic, shame has failed. Again, men respond to incentives. And we saw the situation with Klay Thompson when he get that extreme case of post-nut clarity regret. And that's when a man is laying next to the woman and he looks down at his sack and he said, "You bastard, you have betrayed me. You have betrayed me. I told you no and you wanted her." And look at what the situation he's in. Look at that man with that 1,000 yard stare in his eyes. He realized that he done bit off some shit that he couldn't chew. And after all this ejaculation, that testosterone gets out of your system and you start evaluating the full package deal that you're getting. Again, guys got to get comfortable being alone. I'm a Gen Xer, the boomer men, the Gen X men before you, they have certain attachment issues that are correlated or directly related to their self-esteem, where men have to be comfortable with being alone. I talk about men about self-mastery and falling in love with your own company, where anything else that comes in your environment that is toxic or disturbing, it makes you feel sick and you immediately get away from it. Again, being in a relationship should be better for your life than being by yourself. A peaceful life is not anti-relationship, anti-marriage. I'm pro-peace, happiness, anti-torture. That's what people don't understand about me. Single, married, whatever else don't mean nothing to me. It's about are you winning or are you losing? The philosophy on this channel is that nobody takes care of you like you. And if you have a problem with men putting themselves first and taking care of themselves, then you're trying to steal money from somebody. You're a thief, in my opinion. Because what's wrong with a man? Because when men take care of themselves and put themselves first, it trickles down and improves everybody's life around him. It's only one way. When you take care of men, look out for men, men improve the lives of everybody around them. Men is just give, share resources, share things, and make everybody's life better, period. When you prioritize women, women find other shit to do with their life and their money. They buy houses for themselves. They use money on shit like I've seen some 350 pounds. When I go and get my pedicure, there's some women in that damn place. There's 350 pounds smacking on makeup and getting eyelashes done and all these fingernails and putting lipstick on hippos. Hey, look, it is what it is. They won't go to the gym and lose weight because that's just the way they are. No hating on the ladies. I love you ladies. I ain't hating on y'all. It's just the way it is. You got this distorted mentality and you're not going to, again, you don't see me on these panels arguing with these women. Life is too short. Arguing with these women is what put Kevin Samuels in the grave. And I ain't about to go join him with talking these circular conversations to nowhere. Only thing you can control is the man looking at you in the mirror and your actions and behaviors as they determine your life. But guys have got to be comfortable going against the social programming that programs you to be nothing more than a sacrificial animal and a disposable tampon. They only mad at you because you won't do what they want you to do that benefits them or their idea of what you're supposed to be that serves them. Talk about what men need. Talk about reciprocation. Talk about any of that shit. They ain't trying to hear that shit. They want to talk about what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be sacrificing, what you're supposed to be giving them. That's all they want to talk about. And then if you don't want to do what they want you to do, now you're a heathen. Now a peaceful life is a demonic, selfish, evil creature because I'm telling you to take care of yourself and put yourself first as a man in the modern world. This is not 1915 where we have a society where men were sacrificing for women that honored a social contract, what feminism absolutely destroyed. This doesn't exist anymore. This is not your granddaddy's world. Again, you could be a man. That doesn't happen to me, but I'm saying you could be a man in the house doing everything right, and that woman just get bored with your ass in 2026 because on social media and this constant feed of distractions coming into your house and a society and a system that is just purely gynocentric and women putting shit in her ears. And you're not just in that relationship with that woman, you in that relationship with that woman and 100 other voices that she listens to every day. And all of them are looking at and telling her about you and what you're not doing for her. And I'm gonna give credit to the women that are insensible and they're intelligent. So you're dealing with distraction. There might be other unhappy, miserable women in her family. Could be a single auntie. Because remember, the old women nowadays, the ones that are my age, old like me, I'm 51, they're being their Gen X women and even boomer women out here competing with the 25-year-old version of their self. And again, men compete, women sabotage. They ain't gonna let them women give them game about how to win in this situation, they're going to sabotage the crap out of these young women. If they got their box blown out, vigorously and viciously pounded out, they ain't going to give you advice to not get ran through, you young ladies. You crazy. Your old auntie hates your guts. And she gonna set you up for failure. You think your old auntie on your team? You crazy. You're better off listening to a guy like me who's gonna tell you that when you were young and fertile, you got the best pick of the litter. That's when you can pick. When you're young and you're early, you start 19, 20, 21, 22, that's when you're gonna score the home run. That guy right there, he's got a couple more credits before he finishes up his engineering degree. That's the guy you gotta snatch up. You know what I mean? He's on campus. He probably got $20 left on his meal plan. He got $20 left on his, but that is the future executive. That's the future blue collar guy that's finishing up his certification. That's when you get him. You see, this is different because, again, if men vet men for women, for the women in there around them, you get a better base, more sounded man with good character. You see, men can vet men very quickly for women. That's why fathers always vet the men for their daughters, in a traditional sense. But now this rogue craziness that we got out here, it is what it is. So the old women don't want you to win because they didn't mismanage their youth. They then got the basketball team, the football team, then ran train on them. And they're like, well, you look, they know they can't compete with you, not get ran through. But what's going on now is the weaponization of religion. They have weaponized religion. And they're going to use religion because that's why I was talking to my son about it. The Klay Thompson situation. And I told him, you got to understand why these women hate Klay Thompson. It's not about just his relationship with Meg Thee Stallion. He destroyed hope. Hope is what Klay Thompson destroyed. Because it's the idea and his mentality that you can run out here, be sexually liberated, be free, and be running around with these feminists getting their box blown out, you know, whatever else. And at the end of the rainbow, look, all these guys are wrong. Kevin Samuels and A Peaceful Life, that bald-headed man, he's a misogynist. I know he's a misogynist. We proved them wrong. Look at Meg Thee Stallion. She was in early industry 304. She put one man in jail. And guess what? She got herself a nice, squared-away, suburban guy, Klay Thompson, who know damn well he should have stuck with his dating and relationship DNA. I said DNA because I want to look at it as molecular. Some dudes don't need to be messing with certain women. You know, a guy like me probably needs to be dating the damn librarian, not dating some crash out Keisha or some chick from the damn trailer parks or some whatever else. That's what I belong to, or in that environment. But dudes go out here and get these wild horses out here that's running out here free and get mad when their whole life is in chaos and disorder. And that's what Klay Thompson realized right off the bat. He bit off more than he can chew. Let them wild stallions run free, dude. I understand. You once in a while you get excited, you jump on the back and ride one and get dumped on your ass. When you get dumped on your ass, brush your shit off and go walk away. Take your ass on. Don't let your meat betray you. You're going to end up in some bad situation over your head, praying for a way out, and don't dial 911, Peaceful Life, come save me, because I done ran into some crazy ass pre-owned and I got post-nut clarity regret. Don't text me 911. I ain't telling, I call you lying, saying your mama is sick in the hospital and you trying to get up out of there because you sampled some shit you shouldn't have sampled. Stick with your dating and relationship DNA. If you're not a part of crash out culture, you some squared, you got a name like Robert or Bob or something like that, stay across on your side of the tracks, man. Don't call me to come save you. I'm not coming over on the other side of the tracks. They're crazy over there. You text me 911, I'm gonna text you back a middle finger. You shouldn't have let your sausage betray you. Anyhow, moving right along. But that's what's happening to a lot of dudes. They get mystified. You didn't get better looking today. I don't care if you go to the gym 20 times a week and do side bun, your abs is ripped and whatever else, your money's right. Stick with your dating and relationship DNA. Leave that shit alone. It's like eating junk food. Get a sample and run if you have to. If you can't control it, just get a sample and run. Don't go back for thirds, seconds, and fourths at that location. You're asking for trouble. Klay Thompson realized it. But now that Klay Thompson and people like that, and that's the women are pissed off and mad because the whole strategy ain't working. Religion is going to be the weapon today. Religion. That's what it's going to be. That's the only thing they can do. Because, obviously, especially Christian religion, all sins are forgiven. And again, the church has become like Jasper, the rebuilding engines over there. They rebuild vaginas at the modern church. I was like, shit, you build vaginas, won't you rebuild my knees so I can go out here and throw down some more vicious dunks? You know what I mean? Go over there and say, Pastor, if you can make these old leftover Shinyu retired 304s virgins again with the word of God and spirit, well, shit, you can build some new knees and some new twitch muscles on my ass, and I go out there and run in the park with the young boys instead of walking past. Instead of watching dudes playing ball from the elliptical, and I go out there, I got to shoot my sky hook and shit. Dudes running fast breaks and dunks. I used to be dunking. Now I'm shooting sky hooks. And I got like 10 pump fakes and shit, trying to get somebody up off their feet because it's over. If you can do it to the women, then you can rebuild me. Because you guys can make virgins out of 304s. Pastor, this shit is crazy. How do y'all do that shit? I don't understand. Like, women been ran through their 20s and 30s, find Jesus and cleanse themselves in the blood of the Lamb, and all of a sudden the box gets tight again, and the hole gets tight again, and I am now charging marriage MSRP. Old leftover women, old like me. Madness out here in these streets, man. What type of bullshit they sell, men? See, what they do is they know it's hard for some dudes to get pre-owned box. And they manipulate that situation and try and use virtues. They come shame you for religion and shit. That's all. When they start talking religion, I'll be like, how much money you want? Stop it. Knock it off. You panhandling for money. That's what your religious thing is, trying to get you to use Jesus to get some money out of your pocket, or try to get you to pay overprice for something that has been vigorously and viciously pounded out. They're trying to pay you get MSRP. Imagine that. Marriage MSRP for something that got 300,000 miles on it. You guys are damn crazy, man. The stupid shit that they pull over in these modern, gynocentric Western culture. This is why global travel is very important for men. Not because some woman is better or this, that, or whatever. That garbage people are talking. Female nature is global. The only difference is economics, the culture, and the restrictions that are put on people because of the economics of the environment. You can't be really treating good men like crap in an environment that's not government empowered. So you're going to have good, better behavior because of the environment itself, and the culture defines how men are treated, period. But in general, female nature unchecked is wild and rogue anywhere you go. Anyhow, moving right along. But this is what you're going to have now. Religion itself. Religion is the weapon today because it gets people in their emotions. It's like politics. You talk about politics, logic, go out the back door. Religion is what put people in. They're going to religious you dudes into giving up your money, and you're going to be out here marrying a bunch of baby mamas and retired 304s. And worse is these old women, I call them non-birthers. These non-birthers. I'm a non-birther too. Non-birthing people, non-baby producing people, which means that at 51 years old, 52 years, I've had my kids and raised them. So I go into the non-birthing people category, which is non-kid producing people category, whereas you're not building any type of community with old women out here talking about marriage and what they deserve and having all their bills paid and traditional man. You're 1,000 years old, like me. Stop it. Anything you do, old people need to be exchanging their full medical panels, mental health evaluation, financial reports, and go sit y'all's old ass down in Florida somewhere instead of out here talking this bullshit like you're 25 years old about to produce some kids for the community. You're not producing no babies, just like a peaceful life ain't producing no babies, and nothing more insulted than somebody looking at me. I'm old, my babies are acting up. You got turkey neck, salt and pepper here. What are we going to do? Sit around and bump our gray and black beavers together and make friction or something like that? Stop it. And it's worse, horrible, using religion. Religion is like their ultimate go-to. They go to religion and they say, oh, I don't want to live in sin because, again, I am a Christian and man, you have 1,000 miles on that box. Why are you trying to hear that shit? Kick rocks. Gaslighting value. It's madness. I don't know. I think I woke up in the twilight zone of goofiness. Back in the day, I think go to a time portal to 1990 or something. Shit's crazy today. It's just like a fucking, excuse my language. I probably cursed. My apology. But we woke up in a damn twilight zone of goofiness. And all of a sudden now, everybody talk, all this woke, the new version of it, folk. It's just this new mindset of traditionalism that we see from a whole bunch of feminists and these jellyback simps, and these cucks are the worst. They finally got that woman who wouldn't touch them at 21. You guys disgust me, you jellyback simps. Simps is the #1 problem for men today. Seriously. That, especially the guy who finally got his hands on that woman, where even though she got 3 kids and ran through and only messing with you because she just like you're the last pick of the draft, and now I'm like, look at you guys are a whole bunch of incels and simps, and look at the Peaceful Life. He's worse, bald-headed. And we're like, yo, dude, you finally got that burger at the bottom of the old country buffet trash can, and now you better than us. Congratulations. We ain't want that shit. Knock yourself out. Enjoy. Eat away. Brush the maggots off of it. Anyhow, what I'm trying to say to you is this. Men are men's worst enemy in 2026. As you can see, a peaceful life really, maybe YouTube will get rid of me and I go somewhere and sit at the beach or something. But I don't care what they think about me or what my opinion is. I just speak what I think. I don't have to write a script for these videos. For what? For who? Give a rat's ass what you think about me. I don't depend on YouTube to make me a living. I'm a free man. I don't listen to that bullshit. I don't have to lie to women or men. I don't pander to nobody. All of y'all can kick rocks. You want me to pander to you? Go somewhere else. I'm not pandering to no men or no women. I believe in a world of outcome. And you cut through the bullshit in life, you get better results with people. People like real people. These fake ass content creators and in all the spaces, whether it be the Manosphere, Red Pill, or even in the general content, people don't live in their truth. They say bullshit on the internet to make money, and then they go run and live to their old life. This is who I am, every day, 24 hours a day. You saw me in person, meet me, this is who I am. There's no bullshit to the game. For what? For a couple of dollars some people make on YouTube? For what? And that's really what it comes down to. My goal itself is male self-esteem. My job is here, simple. Keep men alive, keep men thriving. I recognize that the game is rigged in this gynocentric, gynocracy, matriarchal, goofy environment that we live in. And the only way for men to make it is for them to take the bulls by the horn, develop a resistance to shame, an immunity to shame. Because that's all it is. Shame you into handing over your resources, being a sacrificial animal and disposable tampons for people that can give a rat's ass about your existence. They want you to feel like you need to be accepted by them. When the reality is all you do is the things that you need to do is to survive and make it in this world. And your autonomy is critical. Respecting your peace, respecting your time, your energy, your money, your resources. Who gives you free money? You gotta go work for that shit. You're supposed to just hand it over to somebody. Madness. Anyhow, I talked too long on this video. I gotta get my ass out there and get to the gym. If a quiet storm, I'm gonna make the video of my 2 projects. I've been doing some work on some projects outside, so, obviously I have my little hobbies and whatever else. But I have that video. Put it in my members community. Guys, make sure you hit the like button. I'm out. You want to support the channel? The Cash App's in the description. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out.